And welcome back to our Market Day Report. Last Tuesday here, we come back from the holiday, the traders. Everybody knows that no days off on the farm or ranch out there. Chores need to get done. We hope you enjoyed our programming here yesterday. Back at it here today, and to Chicago we go. One last time, Todd Horwitz, a great friend from BubbaTrading.com, joining us live from the floor at the CME Group. Hope you had a good weekend as well, Todd.
I was just like the farmers, Mark. I was working my butt off, and that's just the way it goes. And
well, you know, and you're working for the right reasons here. You want to keep up on what's going on. So we've asked other traders here, starting out here, a new week, everything higher, but sort of the last 2 hours hasn't moved really anywhere.
Well, Mark, I think, again, we go back to other issues that really nobody ever talks about, and that's the financial system. The financial system is melting down, which is really creating this deflationary scenario, which is obviously punishing the farmers and producers. To this morning, China had to infuse another $600 billion into their economy as they try to manipulate their currency, and all that really does is give added strength to the dollar. Now, the dollar is lower today a little bit, so I think that is going to come in, and I think the good news for the farmers and the producers is my sources tell me that the big banks are massively short the U.S. dollar, which means that they're going to do all they can to push it lower, which means that they think it's going lower here. But really, a lot of the problems have to be sorted out here. You saw crude today tried to rally, and it just couldn't. And there's no excuse for it. But when you start to create a deflationary scenario, unfortunately, when Obama wanted to trickle down economics, the money, no, he trickled down the deflation to really hurt everybody instead of help anybody. And that's really the problem here, is the global economy is affecting the farmers and producers through many different channels. And right now, I think we'll see higher prices, but we're not seeing a great deal of volume. We're not seeing a great deal of action. We're seeing markets that are more or less drifting, but we know that there was big short positions held, and now it looks like they might be relieving them a little bit.
Yeah, and while you were talking, they were showing the crude oil here, $28.50 a barrel, and there doesn't seem to be any floor of support near term. And a lot of folks' view that we read. What do you think about that?
Well, I think, first of all, you're looking at the spot. Now, you know, just like what happens in livestock, the same thing happens in crude oil. That crude oil goes off either this afternoon or tomorrow. Right. So that's not the true read. You want to go to March. March is down as well. March, the last I looked, was right around $30. But the good news is, Mark, is that going forward, you know, we talk about that backwardation contango. Crude is in contango, and a year from now, crude is priced at about a 27% premium to today. So I believe this is all a bunch of hogwash. I believe this is a lot of stuff being created more or less by the media, talking about crude. I think really what's going to happen is one day we're going to wake up and say, well, where's all that surplus we had? Because now you're getting some cold weather, more of a demand's going to start to come in, and I believe that we'll see a bigger draw here. I bought crude oil. I am a buyer of crude oil, and I will continue to buy crude oil and the stocks that it represents.
Very good. Todd Horwitz, real quick here before those of you tuning in to get a grain update, let's do that for you in about 30 seconds real quick here. Corn up 5.5. Soybean trade for the March contract up a nickel. And the wheat trade, Chicago March wheat currently up 2.25. Kansas City March up now a penny and a quarter off of their highs. And Minneapolis, the March contract, is up a penny and a half. We'll turn to livestock with our friend Todd Horwitz coming up in 1 minute. One last look. We'll be right back.